Hello there, this is SD. I hope that you are well. We are going to play Engi B today. We've just done Fed C, so got one of the worst ships in the game out of the way, and then we immediately rolled another one. Although we do have an immediate store, which I think I will head to. This ship starts with quite a lot of stuff that it can sell, especially since, you know, if there's like a good weapon, you can sell the heavy ion, you can sell the reactor booster always, and at least one drone. I wonder if I should take one jump beforehand, just to open up a few more options. Like, the absolute maximum would be to sell all three of these and the heavy ion and the reactor booster. I'm very hesitant to sell all of the drones, though, because it leaves you very, very undermanned. If I sell just the spare system repair drone and the reactor booster, I'm only getting 40. Obviously, the risk is that if I take a jump and it's a bad fight, well, I could die before I get a chance to do anything. Now, let's go to the store. Okay, we're gonna buy that Ion Blast. Hacking is great, obviously, but I can't get that now, and it's not, you know, feasible to jump away and come back. However, if I add an Ion Blast, so in early fights I'll just go like this, and you can upgrade onto using the heavy ion with the Ion Blast, which, that's not great in the long run, but it'll do okay against 2 and even 3 shield ships if I can then add hacking afterwards. But yeah, in these early fights I'll use the Ion Blast instead, because it's faster than the heavy ion. Explore the asteroid field, we get a bunch of fuel. Might as well go down here just to see this beacon. There may outright just not be another... No, I'm not surrendering my one crew member to slavers. Misclick there and you lose the run, and in my case, then the streak. You can see how much better this performs when you don't have to wait frigging ages to get the slow-ass heavy ion on. No. Having another crew member is good on this ship, but I want the second shield more than anything. We are going to attack this pirate. This is a possible double reward. We also have a damage buffer on our weapons now, is another advantage to having swapped over to the Ion Blast. So yeah, you Lido missile my weapons, well guess what, it doesn't matter. Okay, good. We hit there. I activated the system repair drone specifically because of the risk that they might do what they in fact ended up doing and hitting my shields again. Now the one downside here is with the heavy ion, when it hits shields, it actually holds it down long enough to get 2 heavy laser shots through. Which the Ion Blast only does 5 seconds of ionization, so that's not the case. Yeah, that's a much more generous bribe. Okay, never mind. We won't need to use the 2 ions because we don't ever need to use the heavy ion again. Cool. Whether we use the chain laser and the heavy laser, or the ion blast and the heavy laser, will kind of depend on what offense the enemy has. We will go and look for the rebel ship. I'll use my own chain laser here. Unfortunately, this missile will tag me. I can't even take it down with the heavy laser, because it's Alito. They've got 2 points buffered here. Good. So we're going to start hoarding as much scrap as we can. We have a heavy ion cell. So definitely I want to be able to buy hacking the next time I see it. There appear to be more jumps on the bottom side. Actually, I can go here and then swing around bottom side. Take as many jumps as I can. But before we do that, we are going to get our training. Get the evade training first. Now we normally might be able to, with the standard Engi B weapons, try to get an O2 kill here by ionizing the oxygen. I'm not sure that that's feasible with the weapons we have on our bar now. Annoyingly, I don't know what crew they have over there, so it's not like I can find out that way. You know, if the person in... They have 2 crew over there guaranteed in piloting and engines. If the person in engines is a Mantis, then we can definitely get a crew kill. But we don't know whether it is. Unfortunately, heavy laser into shields and ion blast into oxygen does not work. You can't get the crew kill that way. Almost there. There we go. Training is done. Let's try this just to find out what level their oxygen is. It's level 1. It's not too unreasonable that we could do it. Get you on weapons. See how long it takes them to fix this. I think that might be a Mantis. I didn't want to use the heavy laser because that does 2 damage, but unfortunately the chain laser missed. Don't know that it is. I was basing it on the fact that my chain laser had enough time to spin up again. And then a little bit more before they could fix it. Never mind. Basically, it wasn't an Engi and it wasn't a mantis. It was probably, you know, a human or something. It wasn't a rock because it was moving too quickly. You know, it could have been a slug or a Zoltan or any number of things. No, we are rejecting your so-called offer. No, I should have run you to weapons. That was a misplay. Get that thing offline. Pretty bad scrap rewards. I think we only have 2 jumps here before the exit. Yes. Well, this sees both of the other 2 beacons, so we will clearly attack the rebels. Okay, good. They didn't attack, they didn't hack anything important. I could get shield training here, but I don't care. I'm not going to try crew killing because there's a decent possibility they have a system repair drone over there. Just shoot them in shields. One moment. Okay, we're back for a moment. Doesn't look like they do have a system repair drone, but by this point I've done them too much damage. Trying to O2 kill them at all would have been quite dicey, because if they start trying to run or get any amount of dodges, it could backfire. Okay, they're not trying to run, but I obviously did not have any way of knowing that that would be the case earlier. Steal the civilian stuff. Okay, we can now afford hacking, because this heavy ion sells for 22 scrap. Give me free stuff. Ooh, nice. That is really, really good. We're obviously not going to the rock sector where the rock live mine could immediately cost us the run. So let's go to the Engi sector instead, which I would go to even if there wasn't a chance that rock sector would immediately cost me the run. I should have made a note as to what the next sector colors were, but I can always go back and look on my video. People agree to rescue the store. Okay, so we know that that is a fight in a store. Go and fix that. We're going to break the mind control before they get to use it again. Nope. That's not a good offer. Okay. So yeah, we've had a pre-igniter, a hull repair drone, and Oh, I'd been forgetting to keep venting my stuff, but who cares? Yeah, we've had a hull repair drone, and a pre-igniter, and a chain laser for free. That is very silly. We have a store to go to here. Do I want to take more jumps before it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could get to here in 6 jumps if we need to. And that's more than enough space. So yeah, I might as well take 1 extra jump. Then hit that store and continue on. What's your specialty? That's quite useful. Let's see, does this take me below any meaningful thresholds? I can sell the heavy ion for 22 and the hull repair drone for 42, which comes to 64. If I'm at 84, that goes up to 148, does it not? Which does take me below being able to afford cloaking. Argument that if I do this, I could sell the anti-personnel drone safely. I mean, I'd much rather get hacking here than cloaking anyway, and this doesn't prevent that. I'm gonna do it. There's a good chance that that is a mistake. If it's really necessary, I can sell the pre-igniter, but I would only do that if there was some really good stuff for sale here, and there very much is not. The only things for sale here are not too interesting, apart from this, actually. Let's make a swap. However, before I swap out the hull repair drone... Actually, no, it's not worth even using... I was going to say before swapping out the hull repair drone, I would get some repairs off it. But it's actually not worth doing that, because just buying repairs is cheaper than doing that right now. Just going to sell this. I don't see a reason to keep that around. We will accept their offer of surrender and take stuff. We will respond to the call. Yikes. Switch their stuff off. Didn't quite get there in time. Are you kidding? Why would you run there? That's just mean. I guess I needed to vent them towards my med bay and intercept them there. Yeah, they were trying to find a room that they could break and that had air, and then they got distracted when they hit the system repair drone. They weren't actively being like, oh, there's a system repair drone there, let's go kill it. You're not far off the point where we could afford cloaking at this store. Especially since I know that there's a fight there. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 and then exit. And another free weapon, which we will just chuck immediately because the weapons we have are already better than that. We will engage the rebel. Okay, this place does not have systems. Might as well keep the Hermes. If I do get... Oh, there were the other stores. If I do get forced into a rock sector, I can put the Hermes on my bar, and it gives me a blue option. So there's no reason to sell it now. Now, I need to actually have a missile to do that, but I only need precisely one. These are not ideal store choices. Sector choices, rather. There can be no stores in Uncharted, and there can be double drone ships in Rebel. I mean, the risk of a double drone ship is lessened by my pre-igniter, but it's certainly not removed. Gonna go Nebula and avoid the higher double drone risk. I am also going to improve my weapon system because this against 2 shield bubbles needs every shot to hit, which is not an ideal situation to be in. And at any rate, I have a pre-igniter, so having another weapon online is useful. Attack the auto ship, which indeed has double offensive drones. But the pre-igniter immediately removed their weapons, so it's fine. Now that we have that pre-igniter, I don't feel the need to, and we're using different weapons anyway, I don't really feel the need to run my Engi straight to weapons. No double reward. We will arm the weapons. Okay, they have flak too, but there's no... The cloak literally can't last long enough for that to fire before we can. I didn't want to hit some other system and cause them to bring that heavy laser online. But I will be back in a moment. Okay. Not terrible, but... Okay, now it's important. Normally when I'm jumping out of a nebula, I want to make sure... Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. But I was going to say, normally when I'm jumping out of a half-power situation, I want to make sure that my shields are up. With a pre-igniter, in order for your weapons to be pre-ignited, you need to be jumping out with them actually powered. Otherwise, it does not work. God damn it. Okay, so the other places there can be stores are there and there. So I'm going to head for this one first and then come to the exit round the back way. Ha! Get owned. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Let's do some trickery. There we go. And I'm really glad that that's another beam drone and not a combat drone. Need to turn my air back on. Okay, good. That's breached, which means my heavy laser can win the entire rest of the fight for me. I just need to keep 2 shield bubbles up and occasionally drop down to 1 when that ion's offline so I actually get the chance to breathe. We have time. How much do we have? Let's see. If we went here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could probably do that, but I'm going to cut it 1 jump shorter just to be certain. I can always get that jump back at the end. And, you know, we could have a fleet pursuit doubling or something like that. So, there's no store here. Or is there? Cool, let's buy hacking. And I'm pretty tempted by that halberd beam as well. We've just acquired hacking and we have a pre-igniter. Like, these weapons, against 3 shield bubbles, they need every single shot to hit, which is not a situation you want to be in with your offense. Yeah, I'm going to buy this halberd beam. Get rid of the Hermes now. Are there crew for sale here? No, unfortunately. But I know that my next sector is a green sector, so I'm not at risk of going blundering into a rock sector and just losing the run. Get rid of the Ion Blast now. We effectively rented that for a few sectors, but that's fine. So we have pre-ignited chain and halberd right now, and we can upgrade onto the heavy laser soon enough, but I probably want to get level 2 hacking and stuff first. I mean, I'll head up here, although I don't know why I'm bothering to look for another store now, because it's not like I can take tremendous advantage of the store. Not a very good offer. They have a system repair drone. Okay, there was a store there. We will attack the pirate. The pirate can't hurt us at all. And we have a store right next to us, so let's try to crew kill them with an oxygen hack. Intentionally let them get a point of repair there. They do not have a system repair drone because there's no one punching from inside their door room to get their door room, inside their drone's room to get through the doors and get into the oxygen room. Yeah, if we do this, we have a chance at a high scrap reward. We have a chance at like a weapon drop, which we could either use or sell. A crew drop would not help us in the store, but is still very useful. Obviously, we're not in any position whatsoever to go to that store and buy cloaking. Bye, stick. See, we got a weapon drop. This is just better than the chain laser. Well, it doesn't enormously matter. I suppose the initial volley is the same speed because pre-igniter, but the subsequent volleys are cheaper up until like the fourth. Cheaper, faster. I can also sell the chain laser for slightly more than I can sell the burst laser. Although, you know, neither of them are obviously as good as that flak. Buy that. I'll keep the burst laser one for now. I might prefer to run... At the end of the game, I might prefer to run flak 1, burst 1, halberd beam over flak 1, heavy 1, halberd beam. It depends. Civilian sector, I'm going to immediately upgrade my engines here because I know there's a store, but we have 14 scrap. Because, you know, even though we are strong, there are ships that could fuck us over, and we would like to have some capacity to run away. We will pledge to do what I can about the Mantis War Camp. Get engines 3 as well. I think I probably want to get hacking too before I try to save money and the power for that. Yeah, all it takes is an enemy like this that gets dodges. No bombing, my Engi is fragile. Nope, we are attacking the pirate. Really? Gonna take that. I don't especially like taking that, but it'll do. Let's turn the speed hack on so that this stupid AP drone heals in a remotely reasonable time frame. We will defend the outpost, which will be extremely easy because our pre-ignited halberd beam just goes zap. There we go. Now we'll start saving scrap again. Don't remember what this quest is. I don't need to hold on for the flak because the halberd kills regardless, whether or not the shield bubble is down. Oh yeah, it's the Mantis War Camp, of course it is. I suppose I might as well see what my first volley does before I spend the hacking drone. It's not unfeasible we could buy cloaking at that store. Yeah, if it's there, we'll be able to get it, because we'll get scrap from this, and we have... since they have a missile, I am going to just hack here. But yeah, they have... We are going to get scrap from this, and we also have a Burst Laser 1 that we can sell. Black here might just kill them. Yeah. That's gonna go out because there's no air in that room. Okay. There is no cloaking here. At this point, I am going to buy a second crew member just to prevent some stupid nonsense where I have a forced loss due to being required to go rock. I don't know what room is on fire. I will put it out before inviting my newbie on. You already have some piloting skills, so I'll get you. You're also 5 scrap cheaper than the Engis. We will go and investigate. Yeah, invite him to join our crew. It is always funny when the person saying thanks for help getting me off that rock is a rock. Yeah, I've tripled my crew in 2 jumps. If I get a training opportunity, I'll put Charlie in piloting because I prefer rocks as pilots than as engines people, but for the moment we're going to use their skills where they actually lay. Okay. I think we can take another jump before we go to the... Oh, no, we can't. If we take another jump before going to the store, we dive at the exit, which is not worth it. We'll go to this store, we have stuff we can sell for cloaking. If it's here, and it is. So we are going to sell... And we have to sell one of the weapons, so... Sell the one that we're further away from being able to bring online. I could have also, you know, kept some of that stuff by selling the pre-igniter, but... I like keeping the pre-igniter here with these very strong weapons. We will move in to examine the station. We get the bad outcome. Can't deploy my anti-personnel drone because I don't have it anymore. I maybe should have kept one of those drones, because I have 15 scrap and that's after buying a point of repair, so I didn't actually need to sell them both. Oh well. No. Well, we're not getting stores this sector, it doesn't look like, since they're very early on and we don't have the money. We do have an Engi, though. Go, free stuff. I will try to afford level 2 piloting before we jump into that big nebula. In case you didn't know, the flak shoots out a certain number of fake projectiles as well, which are designed to distract, like, defense drones or things like that. That's why it said missed there by one of the flak projectiles, even though we hit all 3 shield bubbles, which indicates they all hit. That's it's one of the fake projectiles that missed. Oh, well, there's no point upgrading our piloting. There's nowhere here that can be the manually search event. There are also no more stores, so let's hit every combat encounter we can before we leave. Yes, an outpost is a good start. I don't think I need to hack here. It depends on where that ion drone lands, I guess. Hopefully we can find a cooperative auto scout and we can put a breach in like their weapons with a heavy laser and lead them with, you know, 1 burst laser 1. We can train off that. The ion intruder landed in here. think I'll push a weapon upgrade before I start saving scrap again, because, well, we don't have much else that we would need at stores. We're maxed out on systems. So we'd be looking for just augments, maybe offensive drones or weapons. And we have a pre-igniter, so getting weapons in play quickly is very, very rewarding. And until I find a training situation, I don't have 100% Cloak Evade anyway, so Engines 4 is not particularly urgent. I think I fired the hopper beam slightly early there because I took the sound cue, the hacking drone landing, to be my flak hitting the shield bubbles. Why would I do that? I have no idea. Have we used this defense drone at all since I bought it? I'm not really sure we have. Nope, keep my hack. Of course, we bought it around about when we got the free pre-igniter, so maybe it's not terribly surprising that we've therefore not used it. Yeah, so I've mentioned before that if you ship kill here as opposed to crew killing, that you can sometimes get a better reward, and yeah, that's a high scrap reward for Sector 5. I believe it's at the upper end of the range as well. We're good on fuel. Attack this ship. First Zolt shield enemy, so the pre-igniter isn't as good here, but it does mean we can immediately get a hack over, so it's still pretty good. And hitting drones and weapons completely cripples this particular ship. Okay, let's go into this half-power battle. Keep our weapons going. Oh yeah, well, I was going to upgrade the weapons. That was silly. We'll do that after this. More fighting. I'm gonna hack pilot here because if I do that, I can guarantee taking their ability to run offline with the hover beam. That's actually quite nice. We might even end up using this. Normally you prefer a defense drone 1 to a defense drone 2 because the defense drone 1 will go after missiles and the defense drone 2 won't. But there are certain situations where, you know, for example, you're against something with a bunch of fast-firing weapons and some drones, where you prefer the defense drone 2. Or I might sell it for upgrades, who knows. Didn't want to have the possible forced crew loss in the rock sector, and at any rate, this Mantis sector is about equivalent scrap-wise, but it does give us more options for Sector 7. Some of these fights I could maybe try for crew kills in, but... I'm kind of enjoying having the pre-igniter just because it wins me things quickly. Let's max out my hacking. Nope. Obviously, the pre-igniter is going to play havoc with my ability to try to get any skill whatsoever, because it turns out if you destroy the enemy weapons before they get to fire, you don't get many opportunities to get evade training. Yeah, it didn't look to me like I would need to hack in this fight. Sure. Come on, surely this ship should be a Mantis bomb. Let's vent this idiot into my mega. Yeah, check here. Like the backup battery, certainly. Could go for the anti-drone. It's kind of nice against, obviously, enemies that have offensive drones, but on the other hand, I think we're past the point where that would be particularly threatening. We could just get the next level of shields to deal with that. Oh, you have max piloting skill. I'll buy you. Felicity, you can go and man my doors. Check the other store before we spend any scrap. No, we're jettisoning that pod. This sector will be a dive, but who cares? That burst 1 is back, but I don't feel like spending scrap for that. I could buy a fire beam to crew kill phase 1, but I'm not really that concerned about that. Okay, cool. I'll just jump into the next sector before I spend any scrap. But assuming I don't see an immediate store, I will get the next shield bubble online. Boo! Yeah, this setup will struggle a little bit to deal with the enemies with 4 shield bubbles. And it's not like I can really meaningfully do shield hacks as a way around that, because if I do that, I'm mostly wasting the pre-igniter. Turn the weapons off. I know I'm not jumping into a fight. Nope. Still no weapons. Yeah, it's only 2 jumps. On the other hand, I'll want that upgrade fairly soon anyways. If we could somehow breach the ship's weapons and leave it with only the heavy 2, we could get training here. The problem is that that's not possible, because if they can power that weapon, they can power these other 2 as well, and I don't want to gamble on them not deciding to switch for some reason that I'm not aware of. Oh, if they have a pike beam at that store, we could just, or another halberd beam or anything like that, we could just rotate into a, or pivot into a all beam setup. They don't. I'm gonna buy this combat drone. Should I buy the beam drone as well to help me get through shields? The other question is, should I use this whole beam? I could do this. That does require me to shield hack, but with the combat drone to help with the shield hack, that isn't too bad even with a pre-igniter. I can definitely sell those. I'm gonna get rid of the defense drone too at this point, because there's no way I would ever get my drone control system high enough to use that plus one of these other drones. And I'm considering this, but I think I will not do that. I also don't have drone recovery arms, so I can't really make it work all that meaningfully. That's not the most efficient use of my systems or anything there, but it does win the fight very quickly. Ow. Okay, that's hysterical. Complete defense drone failure. Search among the stores and give me free stuff. No, I don't need to buy fuel. I'm going into Sector 8 in a moment. I could take all three of these, but then I'm diving at the exit and losing what is actually at the exit beacon. So I'm going to just take 2 jumps and then go to the exit. Aid the civilian ship. No double reward, sadly. Get this now. I don't quite have 100% evade. In fact, I'm not really all that close because of the aforementioned killing enemies so quickly, but... Ooh. I'm keeping the combat drone for either fights where I actually feel threatened, which probably won't be very many of them, or the flagship, because I don't want to be spending 2 drone parts every fight. We will look for the rebel ship. Fucking hell. Okay, so speaking of fights where I feel threatened. Triple offensive drones. I could do that on this ship if I could get drone recovery arm, but I didn't. I just got a free pre-igniter instead. The fuck is this repair station? It's no wonder the Federation is losing this war. Yeah, we're not getting a repair station in this sector. That one's impossible to reach. That one's getting taken over as soon as the flagship jumps. This one, we could theoretically get there, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I suppose we can try that. Ooh, post. Well, we got 3%. We did get 100 scraps, though. Let's do this. Yeah, now I can 100% cloak evade. Rebels. We can actually pre-cloak this because if they keep this missile up, I'll just use a defense drone. I mean, if they do that and actually get to fire it, they may not. Nope. Cool, it is still there. We'll have to dive once, but that's fine. This as well. I can now run either both drones or full engines in one drone, depending on what the situation is. There's no point diving, actually. I can just backtrack to the jump I was just at. Okay. So this doesn't quite one-shot the flagship, I don't think, because... Actually, it can one-shot the flagship if all 3 flak shots hit. But actually, I don't need to worry about that because I'll just put a combat drone up and then that will... Because basically this is 8 damage and this is 9, which is 17. The flagship has 20 hull in phase 1. So if all 3 flak shots hit, it would be guaranteed. If I had mind control, I could guarantee that by tracing the halberd beam, starting it assuming a shield hack, starting it in piloting, dealing 2 damage, and then mind controlling the pilot, they'd then lose all ability to dodge, and if the shield room was hacked, they wouldn't be able to get in there in time. But I obviously don't have mind control. But I can use a combat drone, and the combat drone can deal any random points of damage that remain while the shields are down. That's annoying, but not that important. We're just pre-cloaking. Put a combat drone out. Oh, there's a store. Ion Blast. Okay, these will help me get through the Zoltan Shield in phase 3 much faster. It will also help me kill. It would mean that I would have to deal with a boarding drone here in phase 2, except I'm going to pre-cloak, hack their shields, and put the 2 combat drones up, so no, I won't have to do that. And yeah, the way that combat drones can pop shield immediately while the hack is ongoing actually speeds up with a pre-igniter when you get those early shots off. I'm surprised they're still alive from this, but they won't be now. And that's the only thing I can afford. They'll mind control somebody here. Let's run the pilot out of the room, just as that's the most annoying person they could take out. Where are they? They're in hacking. I want to vent you out of there. Okay, this should be a 0 damage flagship then. Although we'll have to hold on for a moment. Engi, go and heal. There we go. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a run where I got a free pre-igniter, and getting it early on a ship that sucks after getting a weapon drop, that's quite nice. I feel like that's not a very high score for how highly upgraded our ship was. Maybe we just got lots of drops. Because, you know, we had level 8 shields, level 7 weapons, max of the subsystems, we maxed the reactor. But yeah, I think it was just the drops helped buff that one up. Yeah, we had nearly 300 scrap worth of drops, so I suppose that makes sense. So I suppose that it's going to be Stealth B next to get the really, really terrible ships out of the way. 3, 2, 1. Okay, no. We break that little string of horrendous, awful ships. So, I will see you next time for Roxy. I hope you enjoyed the run. Bye for now.